No blockages. Quote, your heart is good. Wait. After how many years of smoke and how many years of whiskey and what? Your heart is good. Okay. If you say so. Doc, are you drunk? We don't know. Nonetheless, I was banned from doing any videos. They said, you can't record for 3 days. And I said, that's what you think, mothers. So here I am after.
The expansion draft has already produced some notable outcomes for the Indiana Fever, and the fanbase reaction has been about as heated as expected. The most talked about loss is Chloe Bibby, an outside shooter who genuinely fit the roster, now heading to the Portland Fire. The frustration among supporters is understandable. A year prior, the Fever lost Temi Fagbenle in a similar fashion, a player whose absence became obvious during the season.
So here I am after roughly 36 hours hitting record. Hopefully this joker don't spring a leak while we're talking. I live far enough out that, your boy'd be a dead man if that was to happen. So, the other thing that happened is that in this expansion situation, we lost Chloe Bibby, and yeah, that makes me sad. Red is gone. Red 5 is gone.
The pattern of losing pieces that actually work within the team's system is becoming a familiar and painful one. On the other side of the ledger, Marina Mabrey has been claimed by the Toronto Tempo, which will be seen by most Indiana supporters as a straightforward positive. The Fever did not protect Sophie Cunningham either. Though she went unclaimed, the financial commitment attached to her would have been significant. Bibby, meanwhile, heads to Portland with genuine goodwill from the fan base.
Red is gone. Red 5 is gone. Chloe Bibby is out. Outside shooter. Indiana Fever fan base in an uproar. I don't blame you. Now, the one positive to come out of this is they have literally kicked Marina Mabrey the hell out of the country. See you later. You want a body check? Caitlin Clark again? We'll send your ass to Toronto. Gone with the wind.
The consensus is that she is a quality player, landing in a difficult situation through no fault of her own. As for the broader roster concerns heading into the new season, the appetite for bringing back certain veterans, specifically Natasha Howard and Benny Turner, appears extremely low among supporters. The preference is a clear pivot toward players who complement Caitlin Clark's style of play rather than ones who have already demonstrated they do not fit that structure. Shifting to the free agency picture, the expectation heading in was volatility over 100 players entering the market after the majority of veterans signed contracts set to expire following 2025, specifically in anticipation of a new CBA.
Caitlin Clark again? We'll send your ass to Toronto. Gone with the wind. See ya. Out of here. Out of here. Let me scroll down. Toronto Tempo. Right there. Right there. Marina Mabrey. Out the door. Out the door. But unfortunately, so was Chloe Bibby. Oh, boy. People are, my boy CDS. Yeah, we can never keep good players who fit in with Caitlin Clark. That goes against what the Fever want to do. Yeah, really? If we keep Brianna Turner, I'm throwing myself off a building. I mean,
what has emerged instead, at least in the early window, is an unusual stillness. No major rumors, no reported bidding wars, no confirmed blockbuster signings yet. The reason is straightforward. Even though a deal was reached in March after more than 15 months of negotiations, the CBA has not been formally written into a finalized document.
Throwing myself off a building. I mean, seriously. If we bring back Natasha Howard, oh, son of a bitch. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to see that experiment again. Yikes. Not going to lie, I'm going to miss the Ginger Ninja. That's one I had not heard. I've heard a lot of different ones about Fireball, but not that one. Stephanie White is an idiot. Say something we don't know. Carlos Garcia. And so are
That means the league's 15 general managers cannot officially negotiate with free agents. Training camp opens April 19th, leaving front offices with no more than 2 weeks to construct their rosters once the window actually opens. Sabrina Ionescu acknowledged the pressure directly, noting that a lot of decisions will be made in a short amount of time but that general managers have been working hard in the background. The league did share an anticipated timeline qualifying offers going out April 7th and 8th, a negotiation window from the 9th through the 11th, and a signing period running from the 12th through the 18th.
Fever front office. By the way, in case you're wondering, they did not protect Sophie Cunningham. She did not get drafted because they would have had to pay her a lot of money. Yeah. Sad face. We will always love Bibby. Wishing you all the best. Congratulations, Chloe. You'll do great. Fans wanted Chloe back. How about this? Oh. What could have been on the court.
However, that timeline could not be officially confirmed to teams or player representatives precisely because the underlying agreement has no formal document yet. A handful of names are already settled. Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, and Aja Wilson are all confirmed to be returning to their respective teams. The New York Liberty are keeping 2 of their 3 cornerstone players, though Jonquil Jones remains without any confirmed news regarding her next destination.
How about this? What could have been on the court. Man, we got denied. Why do these effing teams keep taking our piece players actually fit our team? Last year it was Timmy Fabimle, now this. And we missed her. The Fever absolutely missed Timmy. You could see it. You could absolutely see it. Sad to see Chloe go, but a cool opportunity for her. I'll be rooting for her. Wishing Chloe all the best.
Jones is expected to command a max contract and has a genuine market across multiple teams. For Indiana specifically, the names generating the most attention are Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull, the latter entering free agency as a restricted player, meaning any offer sheet she receives could be matched. The overall free agency period may have appeared quiet in its opening days, but with over 100 players available and a compressed signing window, the pace is expected to accelerate sharply. Moves that catch people off guard are likely.
Wishing Chloe all the best. Congratulations, Chloe. The Fire is lucky to have her. I think it's no coincidence she's going to play for the Fire. Sucks. Great player for the Fever. Can't protect them all, unfortunately. Love Chloe. Best of luck. Portland is a shithole. Oh, this guy is F this. This is bullshit. So you're forcing a girl to play on a pathetic team in a pathetic city. Woo-wee. Yikes.
The calm that has characterized the early stretch is almost certainly a temporary condition rather than a sign of what is coming. With the new CBA now in place, the base salary figures for WNBA players have been made public, and the numbers are generating significant conversation across the league. These figures do not yet factor in bonus escalators, the performance-based incentives that can push totals considerably higher, but even the base numbers alone represent a dramatic shift from what players were earning previously. The reaction has been particularly pointed when it comes to where Angel Reese lands relative to some of her peers.
As you can imagine, again, is are all the thank you cards filled out? Somebody literally made an AI picture of the Caitlin Clark thank you card that should go out to Caitlin from every player in the league as part of the Caitlin Clark stimulus package, as my boy Ben Daniel would call it. Yeah. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Let's look at this. This is hilarious. Notable.
Reese, who was selected 7th overall, comes in at a base of around $350,000 up from $75,000, which is still a meaningful raise on its own. However, the draft slot structure means several players around her are pulling ahead. Camila Cardoso, picked 3rd overall, earns roughly $110,000 more than Reese annually. Cameron Brink sits at $493,000.
Let's look at this. This is hilarious. Notable projected WNBA salaries per new CBA. Aaliyah Boston, and this is what they're currently making versus what they will make. And I'm going to tell you, there's some... It's funny seeing the amount of people that's about to make more money than Angel Reese. Angel Reese is punching air right now. Barbie is punching air. Between her new salary and nobody showing up to see her at Barbie Fest, whoa!
Sonia Citron, who does not get nearly enough credit for how quietly effective she has been, lands at $436,000. Paige Bueckers comes in at $500,000. The draft position dynamic explains most of the gaps. Earlier picks carry higher base salaries under the new structure, regardless of individual performance or profile.
Barbie Fest, whoa! She's not happy at all. I gotta tell you, she's upset. Aaliyah Boston goes from $94,000 to $574K. That's a pretty good little increase, but it gets better for her. I can tell you right now, with incentives because of making the all WNBA team, that 574 is really going to be like 1.1 million if the Fever choose to offer her the max or get her up to the max.
That is simply how the slotting works. Caitlin Clark's base comes in at $85,528, which appears lower than several peers at first glance, but the context matters. Aaliyah Boston, who entered the league 1 year before Clark, is already eligible for escalator bonuses tied to achievements like all WNBA selections.
Caitlin Clark, $85,528K. Now, the reason that Aaliyah is becoming eligible for that incentive is because she's been in the league 1 year longer than Caitlin Clark. Paige Bueckers goes from $80K to $500,000, cool $500,000. Cameron Brett, $85K to $493,000. Hell, she missed most of an entire season. Sonia Citron, $80K to $400,000.
With those incentives applied, Boston's base of $574,000 could realistically climb toward $1.1 million if the Fever extend a max offer. Clark will become eligible for the same kind of escalator structure as her tenure progresses. Diamond Miller, coming in at second on the salary list behind Boston, ahead of Clark, raised a few eyebrows, but again, draft position and years of service dictate the math more than current visibility does.
Citron, $80K to $436K. You know what we don't do? We don't talk about how good she is. Citron, pretty good player. I got to be honest. I can't say that about a lot of people in the league, but it's a pretty good player. Angel Reese, $75K to $350K. That's still a pretty good little pay bump, I'd say. Spot Track even put in here, base value escalators are not included in this.
The broader question of where this money is actually coming from has a fairly clear answer. The $2.2 billion media rights deal represents a massive influx of new revenue into the league. On top of that, the arrangement with CBS and ION was recently extended, and while the exact figure on that new deal has not been confirmed, the previous deal ran at around $60 million per year for that portion alone.
Are not included in this. This person, Aaliyah Boston, be eligible for $1 million, yeah, because of the escalators, the incentives, and as they put in there, they did not include that. So, let's come over here real fast. This is Spot Track, and this is the highest paid among the rookie classes involved here. Aaliyah Boston won. Diamond Miller? Huh? Say what? What? All right.
A reasonable estimate for total annual media rights revenue coming into the league right now sits somewhere in the range of $300 million. Media deals are always the engine behind salary growth in professional sports leagues, and the WNBA's recent television agreements have fundamentally changed what the league can afford to pay. As for the overseas money that once drew players like Brittany Griner to Russia figures in the range of $1.5 million a decade ago for marquee names, the calculus on that has shifted considerably.
Say what? What? All right. Number 2, ahead of Caitlin Clark. What the hell? All right. My girl Camila Cardoso, she making a cool $110,000 more than Angel Reese. Now, you may be asking, why is that, Rhodes? Well, because Camila was selected number 3. Angel was selected number 7. All right. JC Sheldon, $402,000. Kiki Arifin, $400,000.
With domestic salaries climbing toward and in some cases past those numbers, the incentive to play abroad during the off-season is diminishing. The combination of new base salaries, escalator bonuses, and increased endorsement opportunities tied to the league's growing profile makes staying stateside a far more viable financial decision than it was even a few years ago. Kiki Iriafen, sitting at $407,000, is another name in this group drawing positive attention.
$402,000. Kiki Iriafen, $407,000. She's a hell of a player too. I believe Kiki is what everybody keeps telling me this one is. All right. Yeah. We've seen that, Angel, and we'll raise you Kiki Iriafen in the conversation. So more reaction to this. Here you go. You got the thank you notes. Let's look at the pretty card. Oh, we even have like where to, man, I got to tell you, AI, you're coming up in the world. You are. You're like,
by most accounts from those who have watched her closely, she is an elite-level prospect whose broader recognition has not yet caught up with the quality of her actual play. The full picture of what players will earn this season will only become clear once teams begin attaching incentive packages to their offers. The base numbers are just the floor.